Welcome to today's lesson. Now that we've reviewed what codons are, you are going to learn how to use a codon chart. Woohoo! I'm going to run through with you how to use two basic types of codon charts. We have the wheel, pretty cool, and the boxes, also cool. Cool. So you just reviewed that a codon is a set of three nucleotides that codes for a specific amino acid. But depending on what those three nucleotides are, it's going to be a different amino acid. And that's where these codon charts can come in handy. So let's run through this. Let's say we have a codon that is G, C, and U. Well, when we're using the wheel to figure out what amino acid that corresponds to, we are going to go to the innermost letters of the wheel. So since our codon has a G, we're going to find the G in the middle of the wheel. Then we have to go to our second letter, which is a C. So we start here with the G, that was the first letter. Second letter is a C, so we find that C. Now we have to go to the last letter, the U. So G, C, and then we find our U. And we find that this codon codes for alanine. That is the amino acid that this codon will code for. Let's do another example. What about AAA? Excuse me for a second, I need to fix that filtering there. That works, okay. AAA. So we start with our first one in the innermost of the circle, we find the A. Then we find the second one, another A. Then, lastly, a third A. And we find that this codon codes for lysine. That's the amino acid that this codon codes for. The other one works similar, the box. So let's do a couple examples of those. So we got the codon GUA. We find our first nucleotide here, G. Then we got to find our second one, U. So we find the U up here. We know it's going to be in this box. Well, you can maybe find out what it's going to be before we even look at the last letter. But let's look at the last letter, A. GUA. Well, that's valine. Now this one is abbreviated. So I maybe should have thought of that. Continuing onward, let's do one more. UAG. Let's find our first codon over here on the first base, the first nucleotide, U. Let's find our second one, A. We know it's going to be in this box. So we know already, just from the first two, that it's going to be one of these two things. Our last letter is G, so we find the G over here in this box. That's a stop codon. Is stop the amino acid? No. That means that protein synthesis is going to end here with this codon. Cool. Let's do a couple together.